Welcome everyone, I'm Nick. Today on the M40C build, we're going to tackle something that's a little bit over my head. For the past while I've been shaping and wheeling and fitting all the front panel sections together, and we're going to take a bit of a break from that, give the arms a break, and jump up here and start joining the roof sections together. We're going to create some sub-assemblies. So we're going to join the A-post pillar, the area over the doors, as well as that sail panel that's just about ready to fall down if I bump it. I'm not going to touch it. So get these joined together, get the three on the other side joined together, and then when the roof is done, and we're still wheeling that roof out, there's a lot of work involved, but when that is done, we'll take the roof main section, the center section, and join it to the two sub-assemblies on either side. And that way, when the car is reassembled for the final time, without the wireframe buck, we don't have to fight with individual pieces. We just take the roof, put it up on top of the structure. We still have to create a structure inside this area, join those two together, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, good. I see you dragged up a shop stool. It's a good place to be sitting at. You're not too close to the action in case something jumps off and into your lap. You don't want that to happen. But it gives you good perspective as to what we're going to be doing up here. So we're going to start with this top piece here, get that established. So I've lined that up to the witness marks that we had in relation to the buck, clamped that, and now I'm working the sail panel in to that roof section. This is a much more complicated piece than that front A-post pillar. So we're going to get this lined up, scribe some fresh lines here, and then go ahead and clamp that, scribe some fresh lines on there, and then we're going to take and cut away what we don't need. At that point, we can start tacking the pieces together. Alright, so now that we have everything marked and scribed, probably looking at these areas here, and that's supposed to be like that. If I took and I shrunk this area to make it look nice and pretty, we'd have to stretch it again when we roll it underneath. So that'll take care of itself afterwards. Don't worry about it. So right now I'm going to take and disassemble everything, cut away all the material that doesn't need to be here anymore, reclamp it, and then we can start tacking things together. That's the fun part. Because we're doing a butt joint all the way around here, it can be a little bit difficult to clamp everything all the way through and have everything stay together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here at the window, put a small tack there. Oh, I got to cut this away. Let's back up. Okay, so I just lightened up this panel a little bit. The reason I took this panel off was because I didn't adjust for this window opening. Initially it was just running wild past the window, just any old shape. While we scribed it, I've cut away what we didn't need, as well as for the back there. So I took care of the back window opening. We're going to have to roll this in 2 steps so that the rear window sits into a seat area, but that'll be done later on. Right now what I want to focus on is reclamping this up front here, getting a few tacks, and just joining these pieces together. Just lined up, we can start tacking. this point, the welds have been dressed and surfaces plenished out. This area through here has been raised up to where it needs to be, so now we can final weld that. We've clamped the panel back in place, and I'm going to start rolling this edge over into the door jamb area. In regards to the drip rail or drip edge feature, you guys have commented that you'd sooner see a bit of an accent over the door. It'll give it a little more character, so we're going to run with that. Thanks a lot, guys. Around the back and front window openings, we still need to create that, but it's one step at a time. We'll get this rolled over, and once this is fixed in place, we maybe put a few screws around the perimeter. Then the panel won't move at all, and we'll know that we have a definite window opening in this location. We can finish that off. It's just a matter of reducing the number of variables as we work the panel in. And then once the roof is finished, we can take and weld that whole center section into place. Now I'm going to back this up with a dolly on this side, just like this, so the panel doesn't run away. And just as before, we're not beating on it. We're just going to slowly work that edge over, stretching it and allowing it to sit into that jamb area where it needs to be. Hopefully you guys can see. Because the door is in the way, I can't get a nice swing into here, but I can finish that off later on. I'm going to keep moving around the perimeter. Do that, we're getting a nice soft radius in, and then we'll tighten that up afterwards. Okay, it's come out really nice. What I'm going to do now is get the slapper and work it from the outside in. What I'm doing here is some on and off dolly technique. My dolly's in this area. There's a bit of a high spot right here. So I'm holding the dolly here, tapping this down, and then kind of bringing this up while that's going down. It's looking really good. Okay, there's an indicator here from a clamp that we had earlier, so I'm going to sneak in from behind, tap that out. Aside from that, I think we're set to go. Okay, so we'll weld up that front up there. Once the door is open, we can take and roll that in, and that's going to be it. All right, guys, how does that look? Does it pass? I hope so, because we're going to be moving on to the other side and basically do the exact same thing on those panels over there and get them all welded together and finished up. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, and tune in next Friday. We might actually get the roof done and start welding that in place. If not, well, we'll have something else going. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.